Welcome to Lake TV's High School Basketball Coaches Show. We're going to be focusing on the Eldon Mustangs today. Head coach Nathaniel Caudell with us. Of course, the Lake Area High School Basketball Coaches Show brought to you by the great folks at COMC, Central Ozarks Medical Center, Hy-Vee, both in Osage Beach and Jefferson City, our veterinary at the lake, and the O'Sullivan Bruce Group, part of RE/MAX Lake of the Ozarks. So, Coach Caudell, you're in your first year head coach of the Mustangs. You've already surpassed the win total from last year, so guessing you're pretty pleased about the way things are going.
Yeah, I'm really proud of the effort that our guys have really put in this season, and going all the way back into the preseason. At the same point, we're competitors, so we've definitely had some games we wish that we would have been on the other side of, but they keep working, and that's the most important thing.
Absolutely. You got a lot of youth on that team, and sometimes those young guys, freshmen, you've got a really good freshman player, sophomore players. Sometimes they got to take some lumps, but then they get real good to come the junior and senior years.
Well, and even just throughout this season, we've seen a huge progression. I mean, obviously with our freshman Gardner Casey, he's our leading scorer this year, but at the same point, he's learned to help us in other ways at the same time. Even our last game, I think he only had 4 points, but he was helping on the defensive end and taking one of the best defensive assignments for us, pushing the ball up in transition and just moving the ball well. And then sometimes you just have to play decoy, because for whatever reason everybody just wants to take him away. I don't know why, but they always try to key in on him, and other guys step up, and he allows to create space for those other guys. So, and that's not just him, but everybody's learning different ways and roles of just how that we can be more successful as a team.
Absolutely. One of the games we've done from you this season, a win over Salem, and so we came down for the post-game interview with the game-winning coach and your player of the game, and you couldn't choose between two of them, so we had them both on. That was great, but it seems like there's a really lot of camaraderie, really a love for the guys there.
Yeah, absolutely. I think our team is, definitely pretty close, which is saying something because, outside of really, 4 of them, this is their first year all playing together. And even those 4, they're playing much bigger roles, we had 2 starters that were returning from last year, but they didn't have as big a roles as what they have now. And so getting everybody to play together, I've been really happy with how everybody's came together at the same point too.
Excellent. You just finished up with, I think, the 91st annual Eldon tournament. I mean, this thing's been going on for almost a century now.
It's crazy.
You guys did fairly well. You had some really good, talented teams in there this year. It seems like it was a success.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'd say that everybody got their money's worth whenever they came and watched. We were actually talking the other night. That might be the most dunks that's ever happened in the Eldon tournament. I mean, we had 2 high flyers from Richland, and then, of course, Caleb Walker from Eugene that could get up and throw it down. Fatima has a couple of kids. I mean, there were a lot of dunks. There was a lot of exciting basketball. So if you didn't get to go watch it, you missed out. Yeah. But for those that did, they know. So
I don't know about you, but I've never been able to experience that.
No, not me either.
The dunk thing, unless I lower the,
yep, there we go.
way down there. So a couple of very close losses for your Mustangs this year. Osage, I think, by 1 at the buzzer.
Yeah.
That had to rip your heart out. Number 1 ranked Eugene. You lost by 7, I think. Really close game there earlier in the season. So these growing pains, it's tough to lose games like that. But, I mean, when you're losing to really good teams like that, you're making progress.
Yeah, and that's what, at the same point, I know our kids get tired of moral victories, and we get tired of it too, but at the same point, we have to realize this is a growing process, We expect us to go out there and win, but there's not really a lot of other people that do. But just understanding how that we can learn from those losses, that's the most important thing. And they are. I mean, you look at every game that we've had outside of, 2 really, I mean, we've competed in every one of them.
Yeah.
And so that's a lot more than what could be said in the past.
First year as head coach at Eldon, are you having fun?
Oh yeah, we're having a lot of fun. I mean, as the greatest thing about taking this job from coaching here for the last 5 years is already knowing the kids, and so I knew coming into it the group of kids that I had, they make it fun, and like you said, we have a great camaraderie. I mean, we have them over to the house, for team dinners and stuff like that all the time. And it is. They're just a lot of fun to be around.
That makes, boy, that just makes it so enjoyable,
Yes.
doesn't it? All right, so we're focusing on the Eldon Mustangs, Coach Nathaniel Caudell, and we'll have more with Coach Caudell right after this. What is COMC? A health center where everyone has access to high-quality, affordable medical, dental, and behavioral health care, regardless of insurance or ability to pay. Offering primary care, preventative, chronic, pediatrics, and OBGYN. COMC even offers comprehensive dental and same-day emergency care. A health center that focuses on every aspect of your health. Everything your family needs to stay healthy. At COMC, your health is our mission. It pays to be a senior and shop at Hy-Vee. It's the Hy-Vee Senior Discount. Your produce, snacks, household necessities, deli and bakery, mealtime favorites, and everything else in between. It's the Hy-Vee Senior Discount 7 days a week at Hy-Vee in Osage Beach and Jefferson City, where it pays to be a senior.
Your furry friends are more than pets, they're family. And at our veterinary, we understand that. With multiple locations, we can service your pets when and where you need it. Our team of professionals offers routine wellness, orthopedic care from broken bones to joint repair, and even emergency services. We are ready to welcome your pet to our family with medical or preventative care. With multiple convenient locations, our veterinary is the team providing exceptional care for your pet when and where you need it.
Hey Jess,
Yeah, Nicole, what do you need?
did you see that new listing in Sunrise Beach?
Yeah, it was just listed 2 minutes ago.
It has 150 feet of lakefront.
And a brand new kitchen.
I'm headed out there after I type this email.
I'm on the phone with my clients. Hey, where are you going?
I already put an offer in, cash above list, and it's looking good.
Are you kidding me?
We know it's cold outside, so Lake TV is heating things up with some red-hot high school basketball. It's all local teams and some fun, great on-court rivalries. Join Lake TV for some great matchups in February, featuring the Indians and Tigers and Mustangs and Pintos. Join us for the COMC pregame show before every game, and then sit back and enjoy the fun with Wild Will and Uncle Chris. Brought to you by Central Ozarks Medical Center, Millard Family Chapels, Slumberland Furniture, Mike Heitman, State Farm Insurance, Hy-Vee in Osage Beach and Jefferson City, the O'Sullivan Bruce Group, Jerry Phillips Movement Mortgage, Ozark Homes, Sunrise Movers, Our Vets at the Lake, Vera Cruz Restaurant, Surdike Yamaha, SRG Financial Advisors, LakeExpo.com, and the Missouri State High School Activities Association. Welcome back to Lake TV's High School Basketball Coaches Show, brought to you by the great folks at COMC, Hy-Vee in Osage Beach and Jeff City, Our Vets at the Lake, and the O'Sullivan Bruce Group. So we're talking about the Eldon Mustangs. Already have surpassed the win total from last year. First-year head coach Nathaniel Caudell here. So as we move into the stretch drive, it's kind of hard to believe we're already there. This season has flown by. Looking ahead to districts, you've got a pretty tough district this year. You got a California team with 17-3 at this point. Yeah. Osage is doing really well. Versailles really doing well. Not to mention a Fairgrove team in Buffalo, and you guys who are very talented. So it's going to be a fun district.
Absolutely. I mean, I think, obviously you look at California and what they've done this year. It's just been incredible. I think that they kind of caught people by surprise. I mean, I knew they were going to be solid, but to see them come out and play the way they have this year has been, crazy to watch. But yeah, I mean, you look at Versailles and the way that they are able to get up and down the court. I mean, they're never out of a game.
No.
You have a 30-point lead, that's not enough. Osage, I mean, obviously you got Coach E over there, and he's really got them playing really well. Now, coming into the stretch, and that's just what our message is. We want to be playing our best basketball come here right at the end of February, going into districts, and I like our chances with against any of those groups. I think that we can go and compete. It's not going to be easy, but at the same time, we feel like that we can be right there too.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think you've got California, Osage, and Versailles, the final 3 games of the regular season. And these are teams, all 3 of those teams I think are in your district.
Yes.
So you got to turn around, play them again in the district tournament the next week. Do you coach any differently? Do you try to hold anything back for those games down the stretch, or can you do that?
I don't think you can do that. I mean, whenever you get into that point, you just want to go, and especially for us right now, we want to compete in every game. We want any win that we can get. We just want to see that success and build on it. The great thing about it is that we kind of get that that game, and not that we're going to hold anything back, but then we have that game to kind of look at and go back and see if we can change anything before seeing them again at districts whenever it really does matter. Yeah. And that's a two-edged sword because they can do the same thing as well. But yeah, having those 3 games right there at the end, it's going to make it really interesting.
Are you a yeller as a coach? I mean,
Yes.
you're so soft-spoken. I can't imagine you out there yelling and screaming.
Yeah, I can yell sometimes too much. Even our last game, I told my guys I was going to try to tone it down a little bit. It's hard for me to do, but whenever you're as passionate about something like I am about basketball, you can't help it.
Yeah,
so.
Absolutely. Now, do you have time to get into like NFL playoffs or anything like that? Were you heartbroken when the Chiefs blew that game?
Yeah, that was tough. But again, that's kind of one of those things as a coach you kind of see. I kind of try to put myself on both sides of it. In one aspect, being a huge Chiefs fan, it was heartbreaking to lose like that. Whenever you feel like that, we should have had it, but at the same point, just to see how far that we've come in the last couple of years to be up there expecting to win those games, it's kind of gives me hope as a coach for what for the future for us of what we can hope for. That even though those heartbreaking losses are tough, the fact that we can put ourselves in that position to where that we start expecting to win, that's where we want to be too. It's
fascinating to me. The old axiom is that's why we play the game, right? Because you just never know what's going to happen. But it's shocking when you see players as talented as that whole offense for the Chiefs, Mahomes and Kelsey and all those, just go completely flat, in the second half. And as a coach, I mean, you see it all the time, and there's really no explaining it, is there? No, it's just one of those. I mean, again, that's like you said, that's why we play. Yeah. On paper, you feel like they definitely should win that game, and but again, that's what makes it fun. Yeah. Because things don't always work out the way that they're supposed to. Yep. So it gives it that element. Yeah. If your good players don't go out and play well, you're not going to. It's not going to. Okay. So some fun questions for you. What is your favorite food? Favorite food? I'm definitely a steak and potatoes guy. Ooh, really? That is definitely my favorite. Okay. Well, medium rare? Medium rare. Oh, yeah. There you go. Hey. Ribeye. Okay. Ribeye. Steak guy, steak and potatoes. All right. How about? Are you a reader? Do you have a favorite book from over the years? Favorite book, probably be one that I just actually started reading this year. I got from the girls' coach, Coach Ryan. Confessions of an Imperfect Coach. Definitely been one of my favorites that I've read. Just has definitely completely changed some of the ways that I've went about coaching this year, and a new way of thinking about it. So, that's fascinating, right? So again, it seems like everybody over there at Eldon are pretty close. The coaches are sharing books and all that stuff. That's kind of cool. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Isaiah's a great guy. I got to coach against him a couple of years whenever he was still at Osage, and we were both coaching freshmen there for a little bit. And so get to know him, over this last year after taking the head spot. He's definitely helped me out a lot, and it's been cool to see, our girls and their success this year. And then, he's kind of, almost a year ahead of where that we're at, where that they came in last year and they were able to build on some success from last year. And so, he's been a great mentor for me. Yeah, absolutely. And then you've got Coach Kell, who's also your athletic director, who's kind of coaching the girls too, right? Yeah, I think he's a JV coach, and he's been huge too. I mean, having him come in and he's been at this for 30 plus years. Yeah. So getting to pick his brain about different things has been awesome to have too. All right, so there you go. There's the update on your Eldon Mustangs, Coach Caudell. Thank you, Coach, for stopping by. We appreciate it. I appreciate it. Thank you guys for having me.